Hey boys and girls, I'm going to read you The Magic School Bus Takes a Moonwalk. Look at them, they're going up to the moon. It's pretty cool. This is an AR book, so you could take a quiz on this one. The Magic School Bus Takes a Moonwalk. Mrs. Frizzle is not like most teachers. Hayride tonight. Her dresses are different, her shoes are different. Her bus is really different. It's the Magic School Bus. There's craters and orbit and the moon. Mrs. Frizzle is teaching us about the moon. We are going on a trip so we can see the moon at night. Mr. Cox is coming too. He is Phoebe's dad. I always went on trips at Phoebe's old school. Mrs. Frizzle's trips are fun. My dad likes learning, not having fun. Around and around we go by D.A. The moon goes around Earth. Earth goes around the sun. They all rotate around each other. We are going to a farm. We will go on a hayride. There's the Magic School Bus. When we get to the farm, no one is there. The sky is full of clouds. We can't even see the moon. Maybe this is the wrong place. We all get back on the bus. Mrs. Frizzle turns the key. She pauses a bright button. This trap hasn't gotten off the ground yet. Uh-oh, what does that mean? Now the bus goes above the clouds. It goes to outer space. We can see Earth behind us. We can see the moon in front of us. How will Phoebe explain this to her dad? We wonder what Phoebe's dad will think. We all look at Mr. Cox. He doesn't know what to think. Is it a movie? Not really. Moonlight is Sunlight by Keisha. The moon does not make its own light. Light from the sun bounces off the moon. So light from the sun bounces off the moon. Very cool. We land on the moon. The Frizz gives us air tanks and spacesuits. The air out there by Wanda. There is very little air on the moon. People need air tanks to breathe. We step off the bus. Mr. Cox looks around. Wow, we really are on the moon. Now he gets it. We feel light. We jump. We feel really high. We jump much higher than on Earth. We are lighter on the moon. That's because the moon has less gravity than Earth. What is gravity? By Ralphie. It is the force of a planet, moon, or star that pulls things toward its center. Phoebe, your dad is having fun. I don't believe it. Then we see a flag. We see footprints. They show the astronauts. That shows the astronauts were here. Neil Armstrong was the first astronaut to walk on the moon. Neil Armstrong said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." One small step for me. Moonwalkers by Phoebe. 12 astronauts have walked on the moon so far. On the moon, we see lots of rocks. Most are small, but Mr. Cox climbs a big one. Kids, stay close. The Moon Rocks by Tim. The moon is covered with rocks. Scientists think most moon rocks are a little like some Earth rocks. They are about 4.3 billion years old. We are not looking at Mr. Cox. We are looking at moon rocks. What is that big round hole? I'll go see. Mr. Cox goes away. Oh my, where did he go? Oh no, Mr. Cox is gone. Mrs. Frizzle says, "Get on the bus." The bus turns into a moon buggy. We have to find Mr. Cox. He is lost on the moon. The Far Side by Carlos. One side of the moon always faces Earth. The other side always faces away. We start to drive. It looks dark in the distance. Mrs. Frizzle says it is night on that side of the moon. I hope my dad didn't go over to the dark side. It's really dark over there. Uh-oh. Shine on, harvest moon up in the sky. It sounds like Mr. Cox. How are craters made? By Wanda. Craters are made when something hits the moon. Then it leaves a big round hole. Things that might hit the moon: a comet, a meteoroid, an asteroid. Look at that big crater. Then we hear a sound. Someone is singing. The sound is coming from the crater. It sounds like Mr. Cox. He's singing, "Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky." Your dad is really having fun. My dad is really at the bottom of the crater. How can we get him out? We throw a rope to Mr. Cox. It is a very long rope. "Pull," Phoebe yells to us. We get on the rocket ship. Now that it's time to go back to Earth. "Blast off," yells Mrs. Frizzle. Up in the sky, still singing, your dad sure loves the moon. "We're going home. Can't we stay a little longer?" "No, Dad." Phoebe's dad was finally having fun. When we reach the land, the bus becomes a wagon. "It's a hayride. The magic school bus never lets us down." "No, but sometimes it lets us down. Gently." We all sing on the hayride. The moon is bright in the sky, shining on by Phoebe. The harvest moon comes in the fall. At that time, the moon rises earlier in the evening, so it shines longer. It gives farmers more light to harvest their fields. Pretty cool. We are almost back to the school. The bus is back to being a bus again. It's over already. Thank goodness. Our parents are waiting for us. We are happy to be home for now. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? We never went on a trip like that at your old school. Mrs. Frizzle never taught at my old school. The end. If you like this book, take an AR test on it. You might want to read it again. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.